Yeah, all right. So we finally have the patch notes for June 11th, 2024, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow is probably one of the biggest patches we've gotten um for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game in a while. There's not really much to it aside from the fact that they have altered the skill trees. Basically, all of these random nodes, where are they? These random nodes will all be gone. All of our builds will be respect. So that means all of these skill trees will be reset and all the random nodes will be gone. And so a permanent perk will be there instead on every skill tree for every character, victim, and family, which is really cool. I'm hoping that certain family members lose certain perks because of this. I hope certain builds change just to help balance the game out a little bit more. It's extremely necessary because a lot of what's going on right now, the game is not very balanced. It's very sweaty, and it really takes away from what its original intention was, which is the horror experience. Um, a lot of people just they turned into a, like I've said before, they turned it into a dick measuring contest, and that's not what it is at all. It's just meant to be a horror experience. It's just meant to be a video game. And it, like, at the end of the day, your life doesn't change if you get 10,000 escapes or 10,000 kills. No one really cares, you know? It's just a game. Meet people and have fun. I'm very excited to see what different skill trees will have in them. I'm definitely going to do a stream tomorrow night on here on YouTube. What I am going to do is I'm going to show you all every victim skill tree and every family skill tree, and I'm going to build them up based on how I play them, my own play style. So I will show you my builds tomorrow night based on my play style for every victim and every family member, and it'll be my own meta, what I go with. So if that's helpful to anybody, I hope it is. I don't know if you guys play the way I play. I play more of a run, and I'm very I like proficiency, and I like endurance. That's what I like. That's how I play, with full proficiency and as much endurance as possible. Even though I think the endurance might still be bugged, but they might patch that tomorrow. It's not in the notes, but I mean it's kind of not really known. Um, but for those of you who don't know, if your endurance is over 25, which every victim's endurance is, you basically have 50 endurance. You kind of have more endurance if you add to it, but it actually it's glitched right now, and so people's endurance are not where it's like you have max endurance already, and if you add to it, you'll actually go over 50, even though the numbers still show below 50. It's a whole weird thing. I don't know how else to describe it, but somebody was able to actually figure that out. I don't know how they figured that out, but people just tend to figure everything out in these games because they put so much hours into it, and it's not something I ever have time for. However, as you see on every victim, I'll always have max proficiency, because what do you want to do? You want to open all the doors and get the hell out, and so that's why my proficiency is all the way up. Then I'll run a perk like this to kind of add to my endurance, so that I can actually take points off endurance and add it to other things like toughness on top of proficiency. So yeah, as you can see, proficiency determines how quickly victims can complete skilled environmental interactions such as lockpicking, item gathering, fuse box, and pressure valve repair, along with car battery disabling. So I think the most balanced character for this, just this dynamic, is probably Sunny. And the reason why is his strength is at 35, which is outstanding for him, even though he has a very, very low toughness rating. Extremely, extremely weak victim. The weakest victim in the game, I'd say. Um, and so, because of that, it is very hard to play as him. And I play as him a lot because of this combination right here. These two, and then you could actually add this to it, which I'll actually change tomorrow. I'm actually going to change it to the meta that they're giving us for him tomorrow, which will be really cool to see on him. Um, I think tomorrow he gets fast hands, extra drip, and no cell, which he needs no cell. He definitely needs no cell because that toughness is outrageous. And I mean, I've been able to, I can finesse a Johnny pretty good. I've learned how to do it. I've learned how to spin them out very well. Because like as you know, most people who play Johnny, not the good ones, but most people who just play family to play Johnny and run the ridiculous meta unbalanced build don't actually know how to play family properly, which is why they're always complaining on Reddit. They don't play family properly at all. They don't play it right. They don't patrol the objectives properly. I've gotten out on so many family members who forget about the views, forget about this, forget about that. It's because sometimes all 3 family members want to rush the basement and all 5 objectives are upstairs. So it's just silly to me. There's so many ways out of the basement. You're all going to rush the basement. The only basement that's really viable to rush if you really want to play that way, which I don't advise, but if you really want to play that way, is gas station, because that basement is like the smallest basement. I think gas station has the smallest basement. I'd say family house has the second smallest basement, and I think after that, slaughterhouse is pretty big. I think they're all pretty much the same size after that. I don't really know, but I just feel like slaughterhouse, Nancy's house, and the mill all have like a decent sized basement, which gives you enough space to really get away from family members when they rush the basement. You have a better chance of getting out of there, whereas gas station and family house have very small basements, making that family rush meta into the basement more viable. Not that I don't advise that gameplay at all, because it's sweaty, it's just silly, and if there's a Leatherface, you don't need to rush the basement. You don't need to do that. People are escaping onto you because you're doing that, because there's objectives upstairs, and if you rush the basement, you cannot rush every exit out of the basement. You're just hoping that where you're going, there's a whole high victim volume in that concentrated in that area where you're going, basically, and that doesn't work. And so you don't want to do that. You want to be upstairs guarding objectives, patrolling the area. That's what you want to do, feeding Rampa, you know. But and it's funny because families will get upstairs finally, and then they'll find out an objective area is open, like on the gas station, car battery or generator are open, and they'll camp that area. And then when all 3 out of the 4 victims are dead finally, or have gotten out and there's only 1 left, then they want to feed Rampa, which is something they should have been doing since the start of the match. And that's where the problem is. You know what I mean? There's no, like, not every family does this, but a lot do. They don't feed Grandpa. They just rush and think that they're going to kill everybody. And sometimes they'll get kills based on the positioning and everything, based on people's position and experience, lack of awareness, lack of map knowledge and all that stuff, lack of game awareness. They'll get kills off of that, but they won't 4K properly at all. They will not, because they're not feeding Grandpa, they're not patrolling properly, they don't have game awareness, and they don't have map awareness, which are all key elements that you need to be successful on both sides. You know what I mean? And so if you're not playing with all that, you're not really going to be guaranteed like a victory. But I mean, at the same time, I don't know. But hopefully, yeah, hopefully we could add to Sunny's toughness, or I mean, we'll have no cell as well, which is really good. But anyways, the reason why Sunny is the best of both worlds is because his strength is very high. He has 35 strength, alright? And so with strength determines how effective the victim is at confronting family members, effects stun, effect durations for sneak attacks, grappling and bursting out of hiding objects, influences time to turn off generator, barge, latch doors, and open crawl spaces. So the more strength you have, you can barge doors faster, which is really good based on the situation. You can open up crawl spaces faster based on the situation. And you can turn the generator off really fast. With Virginia, with her strength, let's see where Virginia is, because I don't touch her strength. Her strength is at 15. She has to kick the generator 19 times to turn it off. Sunny does not have to do that. Sunny has 35 strength. He can kick the generator really quick. I think it's like 10 or 12. I haven't done it in a while. I don't remember. But it's way less than 19. It's way faster. Way more efficient. And so because of that, when you have 35 strength on him and 50 proficiency, you can turn the battery off really fast and kick the generator off. really, really quickly. I think Leland is the fastest because he is the highest strength. The highest base level strength, basically. Oh, that's 30, yeah. Leland can kick the generator off real quick. So, that's really good on him, too. Now, we'll go back to Sunny. Barroom Hero is an outstanding perk. Barroom Hero reduces your stun time. However, your stun time is also based on your toughness. So right here, toughness influences the victim's survivability rate, determining maximum health and incapacitation recovery time. So on toughness, because Sunny's toughness is so low, Barroom Hero does not shine as bright as it can, whereas on a character like Anna, who has the highest base level toughness, who also has Barroom Hero in her skill tree. Anna, Sunny, and Danny all have Barroom Hero in their skill tree. No one else does. Maybe that'll change tomorrow. We'll see. But anyways, Barroom Hero is extremely productive. So, Anna with her highest toughness out of every victim in the game. She has the highest toughness out of everybody. Because of that, her ability to get out of being incapacitated is already at its highest. Now, if you run Barroom Hero on her at level 3, she will be incapacitated for less than a second. She'll get up so fast, you can't even pick her up and kill her because she gets up instantly. She starts getting up before she even completely falls down with Barroom Hero on tier 3 and her toughness even at its base value because she has such a high toughness rating. But that's because she's the captain, she's the leader. She's the tough one. Now I'm very curious to see where Maria is tomorrow, because that's who we'll get tomorrow. So let me read these patch notes now. Alright. June 10th, written by Cidnya Silva. Patch notes, June 11, 2024. Read the full patch notes for our June 11, 2024 update. The following fixes are for our upcoming June 11, 2024 patch. It is scheduled to begin rolling out on console and PC at roughly 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Leland Outfit Pack 2 will be available for $4.99 US. Our newest victim, Maria, and our newest family member, Hans, will be available for $9.99 US. Each orb bundled together for $17.99 US. Patch notes. Changed. Removed random nodes. Random nodes from every character's skill tree have been removed. Players will have all characters respect when the patch drops. Players' perk levels will remain the same. For more details on these changes, read in the community hub here. We already did that in the last live stream. Alright, fixed. Wait a second perk. We fixed the issue where the perk wait a second did not work as described due to the perk triggering at the start of Nancy's barbed wire animation. Now, wait a second works as described. Victims who mistakenly get tangled in barbed wire must wait at level 1, 3 seconds, at level 2, 5 seconds, and at tier 3, 8 seconds before removing it. However, fellow victims can help remove it right away. And they also fixed the Back for Blood perk. We have fixed an issue with the perk Back for Blood, where health was not regained when attacking Grandpa. The perk will function as described. When sneak attacking Grandpa, you decrease family bond by an extra 10 to 20 to 30%. So 10% at level 1, 20% at level 2, and then 30% at level 3. And heal for 5 to 10 to 15% health. So 5% health at level 1, 10% health at level 2, and 15% health at level 3. So at level 3, you decrease family bond by 30% and you heal by 15% health, which is, I'd say that's a great combination because it's the high risk, high reward action that you're taking in the game. It's not a stealthy play at all to go stab Grandpa at all. You're exposing yourself because when you stab him, your position is known for a significant amount of time, which I don't really understand. If you stabbed him, you incapacitated him, so how the hell is he even able to rat you out anymore? I feel like if you stabbed him, you shouldn't even be highlighted anymore. Before you stab him, yeah, be highlighted, but you shouldn't be you should not be highlighted as long as you are after you stab him because he's incapacitated. So how is he even able to track you anymore? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me. But those are the perk changes. But yeah, we get Maria tomorrow. We get Hans tomorrow. Maria being Anna's sister that we're all here looking for, and Hans being a new family member. And then we get the Leland outfit pack too, which is really cool. You get all his varsity high school jackets, which I think are pretty awesome. So that's exciting. And yeah, no more random nodes in the skill tree. So that's just the first step too. They're going to be making a lot of changes to the skill tree. This is the first step. Obviously, what I think they're doing is they're going to put this out and see how it plays out, see what kind of feedback they get, of course, and then they'll go from there. You know what I mean? So this is the first step. Hopefully the game will be a little bit more balanced tomorrow. Hopefully certain family members won't have Scout, or if they do, it'll change their builds around so that they don't benefit so profusely off of it. A lot of family mains are carried by that perk. And I think if you disagree with me, then you probably didn't play family without it like I do. Leatherface literally moves like a car when he has Scout on. He's like a car. He's like a truck running after you. He is not a human being anymore. No one that big is running that fast. I don't care. You are not moving that fast. Alright, so let me just tell you. I know it's a video game, but at the same time, it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You want to know Leatherface's stats? Here they are. Alright? Yeah, the level 99 reward. Anyways. 6'7", 330 pounds. Okay? You are not moving that fast at 6'7", 330 pounds. Okay? You're not. You're not doing it. I don't think physics allows it. So, yeah, it's a video game, but come on. The dude is running at 30 miles an hour. Literally running around. He moves so fast, he's like a freaking an insect. His legs like that's his freaking footsteps. You're not moving that fast at 330 pounds, bucko. Sorry. 6'7" you can move fast, but not if you're running around with 330 pounds of weight. That's a lot of weight. I mean, you're not doing it. Sorry. So yeah, it'll be cool to see him without Scout. It'll be great to see Hitchhiker without Scout, and it'll be great to see Johnny without Scout. I don't know if we'll get all that. I have no idea. We're all hoping for it. I think it'll help family mains get better at the game without Scout. That's for sure. And it'll balance the gameplay out. You know what I mean? They took away Victim's no cell. Right? No cell used to give you 3 stamina bars. 3 full stamina bars. You run out of 1 full bar of stamina, it would reset it and give you another one. You run out of it, you get another one. 3 full stamina bars, and they took those away, but left family the same. And it wasn't balanced anymore after that. It changed everything in this game when that happened. Everything changed. So, with that, more people started playing family, and then recently they made it so that if you ran Scout and Fired Up, they buffed Scout when it was by itself, and they nerfed Scout when it was by itself, and they nerfed Fired Up when it was by itself. But they made it so that if you run them together, they both actually ended up getting a buff off each other. So it took away the minus and added 2 pluses. So it made it even more unbalanced on top of everything they took away from Victims. So it just made it ridiculously unbalanced. And not fun to play anymore, not really a horror experience anymore, and more of just a complete shit show. And so hopefully tomorrow that goes away and the game is a little bit more fun, you know. I mean, I'm not here to play it and shit on somebody in the lobby and then talk shit to them after the game. No, I'm not here for that. I'm not trying to do all that. Like, it's ridiculous. I'd rather meet people, I'd rather get to know people and find out what horror they're like, what brought them to the game. Was it the movie? Was it horror in general? Did you ever see Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the film? Do you want to see it because you played the game? I mean, if you played this game and you get killed right away, do you really want to watch the movie you never have? Probably not. You probably don't want to play the game anymore either, you know? Because it can be infuriating, you know? And so, we'll see what happens tomorrow. But I'll definitely be on here streaming my skill trees so I can show everybody the meta that I go with as the way I play. And I hope to see everybody there. So thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comments. What perks should be changed, or what builds you guys run? What do you like to do? What's your meta? How do you play? Do you play more stealthy or do you play loud? I play loud because right now, with the way it is, I feel like the rush meta is the only way, and that definitely it kills the game for both sides. But people are sweaty; they want to kill everybody within the first 5 seconds, and then there's victims that are sweaty that want to escape within the first 5 seconds. And I understand it goes both ways, and I understand family mains who play with people who aren't experienced or don't communicate or don't do what they're supposed to do. The same thing happens on the victim side. It's not, you know what I mean? So it goes both ways. So I understand both sides. You know what I mean? But people try to spin it like, oh, only families play with randoms that don't know what they're doing. No, you don't. Victims do too, and it costs both sides. Of course, any online game in general where you are working with a team, you're gonna get, and you're playing solo, or you're not playing with a full crew or full squad. You're gonna get shitters. It doesn't matter. You're always gonna get shitters that are fucking, I don't know, they're oblivious to everything. They just want to do what they want, and they don't give a fuck about you. You know, it's just what happens, unfortunately. And then you'll get really good randoms that know what they're doing, that play like a team, and it's a lot of fun because you just obliterate, you know what I mean, on either side. But it's not just one-sided, it's both sides, and I know the devs know that, but I think certain family mains don't get it, and it's really annoying because I've seen what goes on both sides, and I don't know, I'm tired of people who aren't that skilled at gaming winning in games, and people who aren't as skilled, who are a little bit more skilled at gaming, not winning because of ridiculous nerfs and ridiculous buffs to one side over the other. So hopefully tomorrow we see something different, something better, and something more balanced to improve upon the horror experience that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game is. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.